Hello, summer histology class. This is the 9-week session of the online histology course. The course name is Histology. It's printed right here in the first bulletin, Bio 530, Summer 2018. Make sure you're in the right course. You can always double check on the upper left side of the top of the left panel menu. The first thing you see when you come into the course is the bulletin. This is bulletin number 1, and there will be, we actually call the bulletins announcements. I just like that better. Don't know why, but that's what we have become accustomed to. There will be anywhere from 10 to 12 bulletins during the course. They will be posted for special situations, always after every quiz. And the midterm and the final exam. We will post the results and how the class performed, and maybe make some comments and let you know whether we had to regrade because of finding a problem with a question, or maybe you posted something on the discussion board, and we hope you will, to challenge questions or ask questions about questions on the quizzes. So in this first bulletin, it's self-explanatory. I just want to emphasize here how to succeed in the course. Make sure that you read this. Our teaching assistant Anthony Davis took time to glean what former students say, including himself, because he took this course before he started TAing in the course. Okay, so you need to just go through everything. Hopefully by now you've all purchased the textbook. It's very important. It's a guide for the lab studies of web mic specimens. So very important up here, the very first item. As a matter of fact, I'm going to change this right now to the student view, because I have this on my administrative view and you wouldn't be seeing some of these things. So let me just pause this for a minute so that it's looking exactly like you see it. Okay, so now the first thing you see up here under course email and introductions, many students already have marked this reviewed. Make sure you go here, follow the directions, mark it reviewed, because we will then know and it can assume that you are receiving email from the course email address, bioj530@gmail.com. All students should use this email, and primarily after the course gets underway in a week or so, we really only want you to email us for personal reasons, and that's spelled out in the syllabus as well as in the course feedback, the course check-in page, etc. You can introduce yourself, and you can earn 10 extra credit points. And so far, let's see, about 26 in the class have introduced themselves. So let's get on board and come on there and tell us about yourself. Post a picture if you like. And so here are the course bulletins. That's what you'll see, and we just explained that. The syllabus and schedule. The syllabus is very complete. It's 23 pages long. On page 14, if I type in here 14, it should take me there. That's a very important page. How are your grades determined? Study this page. See what items in the course you're going to be tested on and how many points they earn and how you can tally up those points, and then what your goal is, A, B plus B, etc., etc. You can see how we have our course scales set. There's also a special requirement for graduate students, and we communicate to them directly about that. There are many other things in the syllabus, and there was a syllabus quiz that a number of students in the class have already taken, and you'll need to take this by the end of this first week. I believe the deadline is July the 9th, but that reminds me to go back to the 2 schedules in the course. We have a calendar schedule that should be very helpful because it displays all the deadlines right on through the course. And what I was just speaking about, the syllabus quiz, you must take it by 8 a.m. this Saturday, And if you don't take it by then, you'll have to appeal to us or request to take it, and we'll open it up again. But you will lose the opportunity to earn up to 25 points for taking the syllabus quiz. You have to take it because it's one of the conditions to release the lectures and other important aspects of the course. And then we have another schedule and assignments. And so be sure to read what you're seeing here. And then this gives a very nice overview of the entire course by dates. It's a bird's eye view. And then each module has is here, and you can see the assignments, etc. But there also you will see this same information on these pages for each module when you open the module folders. And we'll get to that in a minute. Now, just to back up, if you're visiting a course for the first time, you would see the course bulletin, the first one. You'll follow directions, and then we recommend the next thing you do is go to the check-in and get started page, and then we are asking you, if you haven't seen it, to watch a 6-minute video that promotes and gives an overview of the course. It's an excellent snapshot of the course. And when I've finished recording this video here in a few minutes, I'm going to put the link to this video tour of the course website right here, and that's where that will appear. Pay attention to the items 3, 4, and 5. Also, particularly pay attention to the technology setup. It's your responsibility to have an adequate computer, and we've tried to give you the information and how to check your download speed. And then, of course, we're asking you in step 6 to go to the course menu under Lab Resources and install BioLucida Viewer. Go to the Lab Resources WebMic. Do the same thing for WebMic, and then we're reminding you to go to the syllabus and schedule. So anyway, pay attention to this whole page, and when you feel you've completed all of this, then mark it reviewed, and we'll know that you've done it. But it is the second condition that you must meet before you can access the quizzes and the lectures and the work in the course. Okay, so I'm going to go back up here, and the next thing is the course staff. That's self-explanatory, so you can learn about each of us, the TA, Dr. Sawyer, and myself, and I'm the one that's directing the course and communicating with you frequently, as well as the teaching assistant, Anthony Davis. Okay, so and then tech troubleshooting. If you have a problem with anything, we have tried to address everything. So pay attention to this, peruse this right now, go through it and understand what is here, and if you cannot solve a problem, then you will go to the discussion board. Now let me just jump to the discussion board right now. I just mentioned that, so I'm going to come down here to communication, discussion board. There is a forum for almost everything in the course. There's your introduction, that you are introducing yourself. There's a forum for about outside resources. Outside resources are all under here. All these things here: glossary, virtual slide exploration, histology, even something about color deficiency and histology, ways to enhance and reinforce your learning, histology, test anxiety help. So if you have any question about those, you post it here. If you have a problem with installing BioLucida, post it here. The course syllabus, final exam, midterm exam. The way we do, say, the final exam or the midterm exam, we have a place for, let's say there are several parts to the final exam, and I'm going to clean this up after I finish the recording, because this should be a little different than what it is, but I'll take care of that, not to worry. Go back to the discussion board again. If you have a question about WebMite specimens, BioLucida specimens, the module quizzes, in the module quizzes they have a part A and part B, and so for example, here's part A, module quiz 1 and Module Quiz 1 Part B. When the quiz is over and you have a question, this is where you'll post it. Now, try not to create threads out of these threads, because you will click on, for example, this, and then if you have a question, then you would create a response, a reply to this, not creating a thread of your own. So that way it stays very well organized and everybody knows where to go to see if somebody posted a question about the quiz and how we responded, or to post something yourself. We also have a forum for typos and errors. So, and then here's technical problems about WebMic and etc. So, just emphasizing how thorough the discussion board is. So anything related to technology of the course, problems with technology, questions about content, try to post on the discussion board, and try to avoid sending emails, because you send an email, then you get a private answer to a content question. It doesn't help anybody else. Just be brave and open and transparent and realize you're learning histology, and don't be embarrassed about asking a question if you need help. Now, if you need help with a personal matter, like you're sick, you're going to miss a deadline, you're worried about your progress in this course, or you think a score is incorrect or something like that, by all means, send us a personal email, and we welcome that. Okay, in the course modules, this is pretty well self-explanatory, and the first lecture is here, and then the conditional release of all these has not come about yet, so I'm going to pause this just for a moment. Okay, so this is what you will see if you have not marked the course check-in page reviewed, if you've not taken the syllabus quiz, and have not taken the 2 sample tests, A and B, achieving a perfect score. So those are the 3 conditions that have to be met before the folders for the modules will be released to you. Now, the same thing is going to be true of the graded quizzes and exams. You've got information about the histology award list that you can have before you when you take a quiz or an exam. We encourage you to take notes as you complete lectures in lab, and you can use these notes while you take a quiz or exam. We frown on going out on the internet, and certainly it's a violation of the honor code to have somebody sitting with you while you take the test or using somebody to help you. But under here, you see, again, you will not have access to these folders until you satisfy these requirements: taking the syllabus quiz, marking the course check-in page, and taking the 2 sample tests. So in a moment, I'm going to change this access, and you will see what it looks like when you have satisfied those requirements. But before, let me just point out WebMic. If you had any trouble installing WebMic on your local computer, be sure to post on the discussion board. It's rather straightforward, and I hope you have no problems, but we're here to help if you do. And with Biolucida, the same thing. You have to have Biolucida installed, and you've got a video as well as PDFs and even survey statistics and comments about how Biolucida was installed and used successfully from former students. So I'm going to pause this a minute and give you a different view that would be seen by a student who has met all those requirements to release the quiz folders and the module folders. Okay, I'm back, and this is what you would see if you have taken the syllabus quiz, marked the course check-in page reviewed, and taken both sample quizzes A and B and got a perfect score. So when you click on the course modules and you go down here, then you will see the module folders. And in every module folder, you've got a repeat of what's on your course schedule assignment, so you can see a snapshot of the module, the lectures, the labs, and about how much time it should take. Go through everything one time, And then the module 1 lectures are here, but there's none here. They will be visible tomorrow morning at 8 o'clock, June the 4th. That's the very beginning of the course. And so and then we did put up here PDFs of all the lectures in the course, and this is for your convenience to actually go to any PDF throughout the course, because we really want to release the PDFs and the narrative lectures module by module, because in that sense the course is synchronous. The course is synchronous because we require you to do module 1 between certain dates, and we don't release the lectures or the quizzes for module 2 until those dates come about. But you can click on any of these and get a good idea of a lecture, and you'll see the same PDF in the folders, in the module folders. And then also, this is helpful, lecture topic slides. So there's a little idea about the number of lectures and the average number of topics per lecture, the average minutes per topic in the course, and then these are the topics for each of the lectures. Now you can't, if you click on these, it's actually taking you somewhere you shouldn't go. I mean, it goes to lecture 17. Why it's doing that, I don't know. But just scroll down through those to get an idea, or you can print them out if you like. So it gives you a snapshot of what you're going to be studying in each of the lectures in the course. And it goes all the way through to the very last lecture, which is a lecture on the ear. Okay, so I'm going to stop that. And so likewise, in each module, let's go back to the module folders. In each module folder, in addition to the lectures, you have a practice quiz. Now that graded practice quiz has actually been available, let's see, okay, I will have to make sure that this is available. I think it's going to be available actually tomorrow, June the 4th. I had not made that available in advance, and this is where this is information about it, so expect to see it here tomorrow morning. Okay, I just made the graded practice lecture and lab quiz for module 1 available, even though it wasn't set to be released till tomorrow morning, June the 4th at 8 a.m. But I wanted you to see, where you access it, and anytime you see an icon like this, that's a quiz. It had X, a pencil, and a check mark. Anytime you see something like this, it's just for information. It's an item. Of course, it's self-explanatory. This is a folder that you will find Module 1 lab specimen videos. Now, once you familiarize yourself with BioLucida, you will understand that I have made a video of each of the specimens in BioLucida collection that you can study for the labs. And the way this works is that WebMic is your primary venue for learning the images of histology and learning, what something looks like, where it is, what its shape, what its size, what it does, and things like that. The lab portion, mostly your workhorse is WebMic and the manual, the text. But we also provide specimens in BioLucida, and we give tours of those. And once you install the BioLucida viewer and set up your clouds for taking quizzes, exams in BioLucida, and also studying lab specimens, you will understand. So you should take advantage of these videos. They have been accepted very well by previous classes. So if we go back now, so now we're in, and this is your quiz, the first one, where you get 3 attempts to score, and we keep the highest grade. So this is kind of like we schedule all these. Watch your schedule, because these are actually the deadlines are these is a day or two or three before the definitive module quiz, because these count 20 points towards your grade, and each module quiz counts 35 points towards your grade. So a combination of these two. Let's see. Let me correct that just a moment. Okay, so this counts 20 points towards your grade for each of the graded practice lecture and lab quizzes. And again, if you're in doubt, go to page 14 of the syllabus and check. Just a minute. Just a second here. Yeah, and check out the point distribution and the scale. Don't just guess, and get this information straight so that you're not confused during the course. So the other major quiz for each module is we call them module quizzes, and I'm going to go there in just a moment. So the other quiz for each module, we call it Module 1 Graded Quiz. This is always called Graded Practice Lecture Quiz. This is the one you get 3 attempts. For the Module 1 graded quiz, Module 2 through 5, you only get 1 attempt. Now you can click on this. This is a link that takes you right to them. And so here's the one, Module 1, and be sure to watch this video. Be sure to pay attention to the instructions for taking Part B. And there are the quiz. Now you can get at those quizzes also directly from the menu over here, Graded Quizzes and Exams. And so when you go that, it's very important you be aware if you've got a problem with your computer where you can take a quiz on campus. This is the histology word list. Be sure to read all of this. And then the syllabus quiz is here, and some of you have already taken that. And now here is Module 1 quiz. We always give you some information, and then we tell you what it covers. And then you would click on that link. You'll get to the same place we got to from a direct link from the module folder. And so you'll just click on this and take the quiz. And there are videos that we've given about taking a quiz and exam. Be sure to do that. It's best to actually take advantage of all the videos and PDFs instructions that we've given. It'll pay off if you will spend time at the beginning. So I think I'll be communicating to the graduate students, and graduate students will see a folder here, and their special requirement will be described in the deadlines, etc., etc. I've already talked about WebMic and Biolucida, the discussion board. You can email each other. You can also check in My Grades and see. This is actually my student login, so I took the syllabus quiz and the sample quizzes and things like that. This is where you will see your total score, total points accumulated, and then these various. I really urge you to explore right away all these outside resources and see if they always will be helpful to reinforce and expand and emphasize what you're learning. So this has turned out to be almost 24 minutes long. I apologize for the length. It's rather informal. As you see, I've stopped and started several times, but I hope this gives you a good idea. And welcome aboard, and don't hesitate to post on the discussion board. Don't hesitate to email us for personal matters. And I can't tell you how important it is to develop a plan and a schedule and discipline yourself and work a little bit each day and know what the deadlines are. Get them in your calendar. Make sure that you are not misunderstanding. If you're going to miss a deadline, let us know and tell us why. If you miss a deadline and you can't tell us ahead of time and you have some emergency come up, please let us know right away. So good luck, and we'll see you in the course.